It's your level 2 Regents study guide. This is all that stuff you forgot from parallel lines. We're going to do a quick review of all the most important points from that level. So to start us off, we have alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding angles, and same side angles. Let's review what they look like and what the relationship is in parallel lines. Alternate interior angles. If you remember, those are the angles that are on the opposite sides of the transversal. And just make a little note to yourself that this is your transversal, the one going through. And they are on the interior. That's our interior. The relationship between alternate interior angles is that they are congruent. All right. And if you even look at these two angles, don't they look about the same? Yes, they do. Alternate exterior angles. They are on opposite sides of the transversal, this being the transversal, this line up and down, and they are on the exterior. So our exterior would be out here, right? And we know that alternate exterior angles are congruent as well. So we have two congruent ones so far. 3, corresponding angles. This is the one that confuses people the most. That is when you have one on the interior, one on the exterior, and they're on the same side, so it looks just like this. These angles are also congruent. And finally, you have same side interior. Those are two angles that are on the same side and on the interior. And just to remind you, these are the only ones that are not congruent. They are supplementary, all right? I'm going to just put 180 here, or supplementary. All right. So if you look at these two, though, just, sometimes you might forget these facts, but your eyes actually will help you out a lot. If you look at corresponding angles, these two angles, they do look about the same. These two look congruent. Does this angle, which is very small, look congruent to this angle that's really big? No. These would not be congruent. So remember, same side interior angles are the supplementary ones. Let's do two little practice problems. 1, are angles 1 and 2 congruent or supplementary? Now, if you look over here, 1 is over here and 2 is over here. What is our relationship? Well, it's not alternate interior because they're both not on the interior. It's not alternate exterior because 2 isn't on the exterior. They're not corresponding because corresponding are on the same side, and they're not same side interior. So it's actually none of the above, right? It's none of those. But we still have to figure out if these are congruent or supplementary. Well, don't forget, you can move these around if you follow the rules of geometry. These are vertical angles, so 1 is congruent to this angle because it's vertical. So I could put 1 here. Now that I've moved the 1, I now see that 1 and 2 are same side interior angles. So these would be supplementary. I guess the main point I want you to take from this is that you can move these angles around as long as they're vertical, and that will tell you what they are. So these two are now supplementary, good to go. The second part, sometimes the parallel lines won't look like parallel lines with the transversal. You have to draw it for yourself. In trapezoid A, B, C, D, how do we know that A and D are supplementary? Well, in a trapezoid, this is what you know. The bases are parallel. So here are our bases, and these are parallel to each other. We also know that AD, that would be our transversal. So you see, it doesn't look like it at first, but now we have parallel lines with our transversal. A and D are same side interior angles. So angle A and angle D are same side interior. And we know same side interior is supplementary. So sometimes you're going to have to, in the Regents, draw out your parallel lines with a transversal. Okay? If you know that the trapezoid, the bases are parallel, well, extend those lines, draw your transversal, and that's just how you do it. All right, that is your level 2 study guide. Good luck, guys.